I attended a conference, a seminar. Actually, he called it an experience. And this past weekend, and one of the profound questions that I was asked. Now, I've heard this question before, but the question was asked, what would be possible for me, for everyone in the room, if none of us cared what people thought of us? You see, for over 4 decades, who I became, how I moved through the world was a result of the thinking, was a result of a belief that who I was at my core was not acceptable. And for over 4 decades, I looked for ways that this was true. I looked for evidence. So when I walked into a building and someone looked at me in a different way, or maybe they looked and turned away real quickly, see, they're judging me. You see, I didn't think they would like me to begin with. And so this thinking, this belief, this core belief in me caused me to sometimes predict erroneously what I thought people would do, how I thought people would respond to me in different situations. I immediately expected them to treat me a certain way, not the way I wanted to. I expected the worst from them because I was carrying and harboring this belief that who I was at my core was not acceptable. And so I immediately feared how people would judge me. I immediately feared that their judgment would set me off. And what's the absolute worst thing that can happen when people judge you, right? What's the worst thing that can happen when I'm feeling that judgment? If I were going to explain it to someone, that what happens, right? Because it's our mind that creates this reality. So the physical things that happen for me are things like, okay, I feel a tightness, a pit in my stomach. You know, sometimes my chest gets tight, my breathing gets fast. Those are my check engine lights going off. And so I am aware of when those check engine lights go off. And when I'm carrying that core belief into a room, into a situation, and those check engine lights go off, I immediately remember to check myself. Now, sometimes I don't catch it as fast as I think I should, but I don't let it become a runaway train anymore. And so I wanted to just stop by and share this video with you, because where in your life is a default sentence, a theme of your life, a way of thinking and how you show up in different situations? Where in your life are you subconsciously looking for evidence that proves that statement right, that thought, that belief right? And I ask you to take inventory of what the impact of thinking that thought repeatedly over and over and over again, what is the impact that that thought is having on your life, how you show up with your loved ones, how you show up at work, how you show up with you. What is the judgment that you have of yourself? So take some time, do a little inventory. Maybe you can do a little journaling. Pay attention to the thoughts, because we're always thinking. Our mind is never idle. I mean, like maybe when we're dreaming because we're not aware, but we're always thinking something. Start paying attention to what is that dominant thought that you are walking through the world immediately declaring is truth, even though it's not. But it's truth to you because it's what you know. So where in your life are you collecting the evidence to prove yourself and prove that negative limited thinking right? And I ask you to do some work with that. Get to the bottom of it, interrupt that thought when it comes up, change it, flip it on its head to something that's empowering for you. Maybe not 100% opposite, but something that you can believe. No longer keeping record, no longer piling up the evidence that that negative, that core belief, that default thinking is true. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you want more of this, subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.